Right here, custom manufacturing. Okay? Key elements to remember. One-of-a-kind products. Okay? Products are built to order, and they require highly skilled and highly paid workers. Alright? So those are the key elements of custom manufacturing. And what the advantages of this are that the customer can have the exact product of what they need, right? They can make high quality for one kind of product, so it's a very good product if someone's making it especially for you, that fits you, very good quality. And then it's perfect for small production runs, okay? So that's something that's good. If you only need 3 things, you're not going to mass produce these in the other ways of production, okay? So if you only need one toolbox, because let's say you only have 3 tools, you don't need 5 toolboxes for 3 tools, do you? No. So you only need 1 toolbox, okay? So right now you guys you're making these, but these are custom things that you're making, these toolboxes, these roses. They're custom. Each one of your roses is different. You made it to how you like, okay? So some of the disadvantages here, though, are that the high cost. It costs a lot to sit down and make a rose start to finish. It costs a lot to make an individual product start to finish. Okay? That it's slowest. This is the slowest form of manufacturing. Okay? When we saw those assembly lines and all those other things, people were able to work all at the same time. This is one person working on one product from start to finish. If you wanted to build a computer from start to finish, you would sit down and you would spend a lot of time building that computer. Okay?
3 days.
Yeah, more than 3 days.
Well, that's if you're going to solder all the
That's what I mean. If you were to sit down and just solder all the pieces, if you just got all the raw materials that a computer is made of, and you tried to build a computer, hopefully at the end, if you messed up in one little spot, you'd have to problem solve it, right? You'd have to fix all the bugs, and it's very time consuming. And that's why it costs a lot, okay? That's why the cost is very high. Because people's time is valuable, okay? And then it requires expensive, specialized equipment. Alright? So if you're making computers at your house, you need a soldering gun. You need all of those things, yeah? You need that. You would also need some wire cutters. You need to be able to mold wire. You need solder. You need something to do your circuit boards or your motherboards, right? To carve them out. Or you need chemicals to dip them. There's quite a process there, okay? This is custom manufacturing. Can you guys think of anything that's custom manufactured?
gloves.
Gloves? What kind of gloves?
Really thin toothpick.
Not too much.
Really thin toothpick.
Some people.
Really thin.
Really thin toothpicks. Yeah, there's a lot of things, right? Anything you build in Mr. Amon's class is custom manufactured. If you take wood shop, if you're in here in the metals, you're custom manufacturing these things. And so they're really nice. A lot of kitchen cabinets today, they buy them standard size, but if you have a weird kitchen, you're going to have to get them custom built by a cabinet shop. Yeah, very true. Did you guys hear that? If you're a midget, you're going to have to get all of your countertops lowered. Everything's going to have to be custom because most people aren't that short. There was a house, I believe it was somewhere around here, there was a couple that they were very tall. I think the mom was like 6'8" or something like that, 6'10". The dad was 7 feet. And all of their kids were really tall as well. And so in their house, they had all their cabinets built extra high, right? They had them 6 inches taller. So when you walk over here to the sink, you see where this is? This is a pretty standard height for a sink and a cabinet and a table, okay? But if you're taller, you'll get it. That family got it raised about 6 inches, and they tried to sell their home because they were moving. Guess who wanted to buy their home? Nobody, right? A lot of NBA stars, they get their homes custom built. They have a lot of money. They have them raised really high, and they get them they're 6 inches taller or even taller. They have a really huge bed, right? But it's hard to sell those things because it's custom built for that person or for that family. Yeah? And it costs a lot of money to get a job done like that. Alright? Okay, so here's some examples of some custom manufacturing, right? We got the choppers there, people make custom bikes. How much of those bikes are hundreds of thousands of dollars, okay? We got a four-wheeler there that has tape treads on it, that's pretty cool.
Custom guns.
Custom guns, yeah, very
I've seen
expensive.
this stuff around now.
So there's a lot of things though that we like to watch that are custom built, okay? Okay, intermittent manufacturing. Okay, this is the next one. So get out your notes again. So key elements. Production is done in batches. Okay. Definite starting and stopping points of production. So they begin and they do it in a batch. They're like, okay, let's sit down. We're going to make 100 motorcycles or something, or we're going to make 100 of these boxes, right? So you can do a batch, okay? But it requires exact planning from the management, okay? A lot of smaller companies do their products like this because they don't want to over produce. Because if you produce too much, you're going to lose money, okay? And so if you don't have a huge demand for your product, you just do it in batches when you need it. Nutella, yes, they need to make they should make a lot of Nutella. That's a good point. Okay? So some of the advantages of this, though, is that they produce goods in a sizable quantities. Okay, so it's realistic. Okay, it can produce different types of products by changing tools in the factory. Okay, so a lot of times, well, a good way to think of this is crayons, right? Yeah, Crayola, right? You know the crayons? You guys have all seen a crayon, right? I assume, is it crayon or crayon? How do you guys say it? Crayon? Crayon, okay. Are we friends? Okay, crayon, right? You all played with crayons in kindergarten, okay? Okay. You all drew really nice pictures. When they make a batch of crayons, do you think they sit down and make a red crayon, a blue crayon, a yellow crayon?
No, they make all of them together.
Yeah, they make them all together. They make a bunch of reds. So one day they're making all the red crayons. The next day they're making blue crayons. The next day they're making white. The next one black. The next one gray. Okay? And so they do them in batches. This is an example of intermittent manufacturing. Okay? And this has a lot of flexibility as well to meet market demand. Let's say you start selling all your crayons, and you have all these, but nobody ever uses the white crayon.